Hello, everybody. We have a habit of finding ourselves in different locations. This is the Quad Pod, though. My name is Carlo.
And I'm Sam.
Today we are in the office today. This is where we conduct our business, our very serious business that we do.
Yeah.
We have been exiled and blackballed and silenced from our I forgot to book the room, so we're here today.
It was normally we don't have to do it that far in advance.
Yes, but I figure that this is the part of the semester where the podcast studio that we normally use within WCUR is being used by students who are doing projects for classes. So I realize that now. We expect to be back in the studio next week. So
it was kind of funny though, because earlier today I was in class and I see you sent me a text and you sent me one more and it says just in case you want to bring a jacket. And I'm like, what are we doing? Originally, we were gonna do it outside.
I don't know why my mind jumped to doing it outside when we could just do it in here.
Well, no, I mean it was a good idea though. Honestly,
no.
it's nice enough outside.
It is nice,
It's sunny too, but.
Yeah. But yeah, we're coming off a fall break. We didn't upload last week.
We didn't.
We missed you and we missed each other.
I know.
So,
yeah. Honestly, when we saw each other on Wednesday.
Yeah, yesterday.
It's been a few days.
It's been a while. I missed you too.
And Connor.
Yeah. But yeah, we hope you all had a great fall break. It is good to be back. It's great to be back. We're gonna go through the headlines. Just a few things. We're gonna talk about the Young Republicans group chat that got leaked. A few things that Donald Trump is currently doing, as is every week. We talk about that. Government continues to be shut down. More developments on autism, I guess.
Yeah.
And heaven. We're gonna get to all that. All very normal topics, but the country right now is very normal.
Somehow all those things kind of relate, in a way. They all
in a way they do. Yeah. But yeah, I just before we get into the heavy stuff, a question that I had, which I because I haven't answered myself, but I want to ask you, here at Westchester University at the school, if you were approached with the opportunity to teach a class of your choosing, anything, what would it be for you?
Dude, what's your? I want to hear yours first because I have ideas.
Okay, the first thing that came to my mind is just because I think it's something that right now only YouTubers who make video essays are talking about. Mm-hmm. But I would combine my passion for political analysis with video games and whatever the class would be, but basically just a class that is political analysis of video games. Dude, I would love
that actually
to teach
a
class like that.
That does sound like a cool class.
Because I think video games are just they're overlooked in a way, and in a way you can understand because video games are ultimately made to be pure entertainment in a sense. But also some of the best stories I've ever experienced are video games. Yeah. You know what I mean?
And almost all of them have some level of social commentary.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Yeah. So I feel for me that's kind of a slam dunk in terms of combining two of the things that I love most. So that would be my answer.
I'm kind of going to be doing the same myself. And in a very similar vein, because it's basically what I do for the quad already. I could do a class on reviewing games. And what goes into that big and small. Because I think there is I reviewed a bunch of indie games over the summer, and there's a big difference between sitting down and playing a game for 2 days and then writing a 1,000-word article on it, then having to play a 16-hour game when I did with Borderlands. That, or I could probably do a whole class talking about Game of Thrones and the politics of Game of Thrones. I could there's some level of nerd that comes out of me when I start talking about Game of Thrones.
Fair enough. I remember you ranting. We won't get too deep into this, but Sam was ranting yesterday about how awful the last season was.
Yeah, I don't remember how it got brought up, but that I don't even want to go into it.
Yeah, that's a whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I another thing for me, I can't even narrow this down, but I love geography. I really and you know this. I flexed on you I took the 50 states quiz.
He honestly did flex on me really hard because he was do this test where saying where all the 50 states are which it gave you the name of it and you had to pick out which one and I have not studied up on the map. There was only one I didn't know and I honestly don't remember which one it was.
He did pretty good. I think he got an 86 or something.
I got an 86 in 2.5 minutes or something. Like that. I will happily take that.
Yeah. But and again, it couldn't even be the subject for a class necessarily, but I just I enjoy just like browsing like Google Maps and going on Street View and like just seeing what things are like in the most random places. Oh, I love GeoGuessr. Yeah.
I tried playing once and I was just like,
well, it's very difficult.
It is.
It's very difficult. Yeah. And I'm not even that good at it, but it's fun. Like I like to, because like there are people that play competitively and they'll do like
Rainbolt. Is that his name?
Yeah, exactly. They'll do like 10 seconds and like no moving. I do it where like no time limit and I can move as much as I want. Because for me, it's just about like basically going on like a digital vacation.
Yeah,
it's fun for me. I don't know. I like it. But yeah, I don't know,
dude. If there's anything I couldn't teach, it'd probably be that. I'm really bad with that. I remember I tried doing one for like countries. Mm-hmm. I was under the impression probably at that point there was like 80 countries.
There's like
double that.
More than double that. I don't know if this is the official number. There's like 193 thereabout.
Dude, it's like the thing I only know probably 100, maybe
100.
Like there's probably a good double digit
number
of countries I have no idea.
We're not gonna do this now, obviously, but would you wager that you know 100 countries? Because I'm gonna test you on this because I'm really curious, and I'll report back next week. What is the number you would give yourself,
dude?
Countries in the world that you could name.
Honestly,
not even like locate, just name.
Maybe, dude. It's like I'm trying to like think about it like in my head, like how many countries do I actually really know? Like 70.
70.
I think I can name
70.
70
okay,
countries.
Fair enough. You'll find out next week.
I was gonna say like 50, but I feel like that's too low for them being.
You can do better than 50. You can do better than 50.
70s. I think pushing it for me.
That's. I will be reporting back, but yeah, we can get into the news now.
Yeah.
So as promised, here is the wonderful headlines. A few of these things are going to be from kind of like last week, and that's just because we didn't record last week. So there's a few things we want to talk about.
Yeah, but there's still timely to today, I'd say. I mean, there's still things that are going on.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So I think one of the more recent things that has been like the bigger headline, and when I brought it up prior to recording, you had heard of it as well. So the Young Republicans group chat, it was called Restore Your... I don't know. It was a group chat. I don't even know what it's called. It's some stupid shit. But... Young Republicans, which is like an official kind of, I mean, it's as the name implies. It's a Republican organization of young Republicans, even though some of these guys are a bit older. It's millennials. Some of them are millennials,
I think.
The
idea that like they're coming from all around the world? Not around the world, around the country. Like they're all
something like that.
That's kind of
I don't know.
idea I got when I also looked at it. Like that it wasn't just like because like in school clubs have that kind of stuff, but the fact that it was getting such big headlines made it seem like it was something much more bigger than like a school.
So it's I think it's one of those things that has like statewide chapters, but then it's like a nationwide thing.
Yeah, I bet you like all these like the school ones are like a small part of a bigger conglomerate of.
So basically, and again, like Young Republicans, it's as the name implies.
Yeah.
Their group chat got leaked. And you may have varying levels of surprise reactions to this. I, for one, am not surprised, but that's probably predictable that I'm not.
Yeah, I was like surprised how bad it got. Like I was
that's
like,
fair.
okay,
that's
what
fair.
They're saying some things
because like they're saying the things out loud that maybe a lot of them are thinking, but are not the parts that they say out loud.
Yeah, like it's one of those things where it's like, oh, this is what you like. This is like what you think like a far right Republican would think, and then it's like, oh wait, they're actually saying it.
And so I just for context, if this is like new to you hearing it now, I'm not gonna say everything because obviously like
it gets pretty bad.
And if you want to see everything, you can obviously Google it. A few of the things. So first of all, somebody just said, "I love Hitler." That's what one of them said. They also said, quote, "If your pilot is a she and she looks 10 shades darker than someone from Sicily, just end it there. Scream the no word." Quote.
What?
Yeah. And again, like that's one of the things that like doesn't like technically have like a slur or something in it. Obviously,
it implies one.
It's a terrible thing. Jesus Christ.
And it's immature enough to make sense for young Republicans. Not giving them an excuse, but like this is like saying like stuff like no word and stuff like that. It reminds me of like just like that. I don't know, like stuff like a high schooler would say, or like even a middle schooler.
So, and again, I promise you there are much worse things here. And again, that I will not say like with my own mouth right now. But
do your research on it though, because it is crazy. It's just
if it gives you context, Politico reports that epithets appeared more than 251 times. So, when they say epithets, think like slurs, like. Yeah.
That's insane. And like it's like just full of like racist, misogynistic, like homophobic.
Any of the isms or phobics that you can think of, it's here, and it's bad. It's bad. And again, like, am I surprised by this? No, because this is pretty much what the Republican Party is endorsing and promoting currently, right?
I mean, think about it. That's the next like generation of Republicans.
Yeah,
this is what they're talking about in their group chat.
I
don't know. I feel like I'm surprised like Republicans or like people like in a part of like a political party like that haven't learned to not say dumb stuff in group chats. How have we gotten this far to where people are still saying absolutely ridiculous things in group chats?
No, I mean that's a good point, but I do appreciate the fact that they're showing us who they are. I appreciate that.
I mean, like, thank God it's getting like this stuff's getting revealed, but it's like I feel like we like I remember especially like I think last semester there was some stuff happening with group chats, like people like some stuff getting leaked in group chats. It's like, how have we not? I don't know how people haven't learned to not say dumb stuff in group chats.
Yeah. I'm
glad it's getting
super awful things. And again, I actually unless of course it's the sort of thing that could trigger something in you, seeing like people say things like this, because really bad stuff. But I would encourage you to look it up if you're interested, because again, I'm not going to say the worst things. You'll see when you look it up. You will see. Yeah. I'm sure you're interested. Sam and the audience. I'm sure you're all interested in hearing what JD Vance had to say about this.
What are you saying?
Our great vice president. So he compared the leaked messages to, quote, anything said in a college group chat. And I'm reading off of the New York Times article currently, by the way, because it's funny. The article itself says, quote, anything said in a college group chat, and the article after that says, even though many came from local party officials and not college students. The another quote of his on this, he said, quote, a few college kids make edgy jokes in a group chat, and conservatives are tripping over themselves to denounce and disavow and call for firings and resignations. Oh, sorry. That is not J.D. Vance. That's Matt Walsh. It was a different cockroach.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he says, quote, if you're still playing by the rules the left sets but doesn't even follow themselves, you're hopeless, completely hopeless. I think I'm not going to dignify that with anything more than a one-sentence long response. I don't think anybody on the left is using the language that was used in that group chat. That's all I'll say about that.
Dude, I want to say, like, that is, like, such, like, I cannot believe he brought up, like, the edgy humor thing, because it's, like, that's still, like, this is dark humor, liberals, you wouldn't understand kind of thing. Like, it's like, no, it's not. That's just racist. Like that's not.
It's like...
What? How is your first response to seeing all those, like, terrible things to just try and defend it? That's such a, like, even from your own, like, the wrong Republicans, why not be like, oh, like, this, obviously what they did was wrong. They were not taught properly. They're just, not to make an excuse, but they're just kids. Like, we'll teach them right.
Because, no, I agree with you, obviously. Yeah. I think the thing is here is, like, a lot of these people are genuinely white supremacists.
Yeah.
And even the people who are not, like, fully fledged white supremacists, this is, like, at this point, this is the hill they're dying on. Like, you know what I mean? Like, even if they see this and, like, they're like, oh, wow, like, that, I don't agree with that, whatever. Like this is their thing. Like they're committed to this. You know what I mean?
I think conservatives and like Republicans know that their chances of winning lose if they start fighting amongst themselves. So it's just like, all right, we'll disagree with whatever they said. And like, not agree, but like be like, oh, it's just edgy humor, like college kids are saying all the time. It's like, that doesn't excuse it.
And like, dude, like as two like college students ourselves, like you and I like are acutely aware of like what edgy dark humor actually is.
Yeah.
It's not just saying slurs, because like it's not. It's just like, I don't know. You think of like edgy joke, it's like, oh, like 9/11. I don't know. Like, it's not.
No, like it's not like attacking. It's not attacking anybody. Like edgy humor has gotten really strange in the last 10 years.
People have used it as an excuse to say these things. I mean, it's not new that's the excuse.
Like edgy humor. Like, obviously we're not experts in edgy humor. Like, I feel like that's like no one should ever declare themselves an expert in edgy humor.
No, because if you do, I want a restraining order against you.
Dude, honestly, but like,
if you're the type of person to do that.
But it's such a, like, people act like there's a fine line between edgy humor and like racist stuff like that. But it's like, no, I feel like
it's a very bold line.
There's a very clear line, and it's like, I don't know. I feel like if you're at a point in edgy humor where you're like, I don't know, this is getting a little far, then you're too far. You're already too far gone. Like, you're already past the bold line that says do not cross.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. One of the it's hilarious actually. One of the guys said of the group chat leak, he said it was, quote, a year-long character assassination. As if I know, right? As if anybody was forcing him to say these things. Like, I don't have to explain why that's crazy, right? Like, that's just nuts. Like, but that's where we are now. That's like something like, that he felt comfortable saying.
Like any other time than now, that would have gotten you like when in recent years, any other time than now, would have gotten you like fired from everything. You can't get a job, you can't do anything. Yeah. But the Republican Party just
rightfully
like
so.
Defending it, saying like, "Oh, come on."
And again, and obviously I agree with you, but again, because like this is their thing now.
Yeah.
Like, this is their cause. I don't know, and like. I totally understand that there are Republicans out there that are probably appalled by this, but you need to you also need to understand, like, if you're a Republican out there and you are rightfully appalled by this, like, let this be the wake up call, because this is what that party has been promoting. I mean, like, more or less since 2016, but especially in the first year of this administration.
What I've seen recent years, especially especially during the election and now after, it's like there's a lot of Republicans that are Republican but against Trump.
Mm-hmm.
But they're still like like Trump is just like well, I don't know, it's like the price to pay. You know, it's like, well, at least the country's Republican, but Trump has to be president. It's like, I don't know, it's like,
yeah,
I think that's a weird hill to die on, kind of like just like, oh, like, I'm Republican but I hate the person leading the Republicans. Like, I feel like at a certain point you have to be like, okay, like, the Republican Party has changed since Trump got in office. Like, the ideals of what a Republican or a conservative is not the same. It's
no.
very much different. So
no.
To say you're a Republican is so distinctly tied now to Donald Trump that I don't know. You can say you believe in like old Republican ideas of like maybe the beginning of the 2000s and stuff like that, but that's just not how it is anymore. It's not that at all.
I agree with you. And I would say of that, like, if that is your viewpoint, fair enough. I would just ask that your actions match your words,
mm-hmm.
because like I know there are people out there that do not like Donald Trump, but they voted for him anyways.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
And there's also like a whole thing about like, oh, like some people just hated Kamala more than they did.
Yeah.
Trump, and then they did hate Trump, I guess, or like were disapproved of Trump.
And that's the thing too. Like, I'm not even saying like Kamala was the most exciting, great candidate, because really, like, I can probably name 3 policies of hers that were like meaningful in any way,
mm-hmm.
and I think she more or less campaigned on the same 3 things. Like, it was basically a campaign saying like, well, I'm not that guy, and hey, fair enough, because like
that's a strong campaign to build on. Like,
I'm not even saying that that's like a bad point to make, because like, true,
yeah,
right. But for whatever reason, the American public needs a little more than that, and she didn't supply that.
I feel like that kind of worked when it came to Biden,
because people knew,
mm-hmm.
like,
Biden was also already known by this point. Like the Obama, like obviously there's some mixed ideas about the Obama administration now, but like I feel like the consensus is that it was very well received.
Yeah, and
so to have like Biden now be attached to this, like, standing up against it,
mm-hmm.
against Trump. And I can't even say Biden had all this great stuff to say. The fact that he wasn't Trump and that he was with Obama back during his presidency was almost enough.
Well, yeah, the country is very reactive. Mm-hmm. It always has been, and it's unfortunate because we shouldn't be reactive. We should be proactive, and we should vote based on like just like research, like actually. I sound like I'm talking to kindergartners, but it's like. We can't continue to act like this, right? Yeah. Like we need to vote based on like the truth and like things that like candidates say that they will do. Because I've said this so many times before. I'm such a broken record. I almost hate saying it at this point. Donald Trump told us everything he was going to do. Yeah. None of this. If you knew anything about his campaign, none of this is surprising.
Mm-hmm. And it's crazy. And going back to like the whole young Republicans thing, like that. Like I said, that's the next generation. Like this is like to say like, oh, this is. They're not even saying this is a few bad apples. They're just saying they're saying it's excusable. Yeah.
They're
saying this is how it is. And it's like, that is such a strange way to go at this. To just be like, well, yeah, actually being racist and homophobic and misogynistic, like these things, it's like, well, that's just kind of how the way things are now, you know, like, but it is what it is, you know.
Yeah.
To not strictly try to defend your party,
mm-hmm.
and instead be like, yeah, okay, well, I guess white supremacy is cool at this party. It's kind of it's very strange, and it's upsetting to see them just like not even care anymore. But
I mean, the mask is off though.
The mask is off, and it's kind of been off at this point. So
it's been off, yeah.
So it's kind of just doubling down on something they've already doubled down on. So.
That's that pretty much. And again, you know, if you want to see the full thing, which I feel like maybe it's important for you to see it.
Oh yeah, I think it's definitely something not to shy away from. It's important to know what happened.
But yeah, moving on. We had Sam wanted to add this to the agenda, and I had an adjoining thing to it. So, our president, who as always is brilliant and wonderful, he's had some good ideas. He's had some really good ideas.
Mm-hmm.
So do you know anything that you want to tell the people about the Arc de Trump?
Yeah, so I've seen some plans out there for I don't remember exactly where it's going to be placed. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know specifically where, but
there is this. You should look it up because it's kind of crazy. Like out of everything going on right now, all the wars happening. All this stuff happening.
Well,
he
stopped all the wars. I'll correct you there.
Oh yeah, all the
he
wars.
Stopped all the wars. He said that. So
actually, I guess that's not even on his mind anymore because he's focused on building a big archway. I guess I don't.
Yeah.
It's kind of tough. It reminds me of the one in New York, in like NYU's campus, like that big like.
Yeah. Do you want me to read off the NPR
Please
description?
Do, yeah.
Okay.
I think this is a better.
So they said President Trump showed off plans for a major new monument to be potentially added to Washington, D.C., a grand, classically styled arch topped with eagles and a gilded winged statue that suggests victory. So it's obviously in the concept stage at the moment. It's supposed to be reminiscent of Paris's Arc de Triomphe, and the Soldiers and Sailors Memorial Arch in Brooklyn. Is that what you're talking about? In Brooklyn? Or maybe not.
No,
I don't
it's
know.
a different one. I don't remember what it's called, but
so it has already been dubbed. That's the word they use. So I don't know if it's official or not. It's already been dubbed the Arc de Trump, which is super classy, super classy.
Super classy. Yeah.
And I love this quote. Journalists leaving an Oval Office event Wednesday asked the president who the proposed arch would be built for. He replied, quote, "Me."
Dude.
And again, this is like he's not trying to hide anything. He's like, oh yeah, we're building a monument and it's going to be for me. Because
not even
it would have been so incredibly easy for him to be like, oh, it's for the 250th birthday,
yeah,
or it's
anything.
like, you know, oh, this
America.
is just a monument for America,
for our
soldiers,
you know,
nope. for the soldiers, for literally fucking anything. It would have been so easy, but he can't help himself. He's like, it's for me. He can't help himself because, and this is something we're going to get into later. Like this guy is like gone. Like I think his brain more so resembles like a 7-Eleven slushie than like an actual organic like organ at this point in time.
Dude, I've never met someone who is such a self-glazer to think that he deserves all this.
Dude, no, you're exactly right. Cause like, dude, I don't care like how amazing, incredible like you actually are. Like I don't know if there's anybody on earth that I would feel comfortable with them saying about themselves, oh yeah, like build a monument for me, dude.
Also like, why would the American people support you making a monument about yourself? Like, is that's such a strange? I don't know. It's like also, we're not even like 1/4 through this next term, like this term we're in right now. Like, we're not even 1/4 through. We're not even 25%. Like, it is the fact that we're at this point, and he's just like, you know what? I've earned it. I've earned the millions of taxpayer dollars that are gonna go into this big Arc de Trump.
Yeah, it's great. Speaking, okay. Another thing about the arc before I move on to the related thing.
Yeah.
So apparently there were 3 differently scaled models of the possible arch. The largest of which would appear to dwarf nearby iconic existing structures, including the Lincoln Memorial. So, just think about that, right? So the biggest one is so big that it would make the Lincoln Memorial look. Have you been to the Lincoln Memorial?
Yes, I've been to the
So
Lincoln
you can imagine how fucking big this thing must be, as to where NPR is saying that it would dwarf the Lincoln Memorial.
Jesus.
And they asked him, reporters, which one he prefers, He said, quote, "Whichever one would look good. I happen to think the large one." It's like,
dude, that's the most like kid thing to be like.
Bless you.
Like that, like the one I want. Oh, I want the big one. The big one. Like,
seriously, This is a 79. I think he's 79. 79-year-old man who I don't think has mentally progressed past the age, like you said, of like 6. Like, yeah, like, oh, I want the big one. I want the big one.
The big one.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
I imagine like in the meeting they were like, "Do you want the stupid tiny ones or the nice big ones?" He's like, "The big one, the big one."
Definitely, yeah, pounding the table. And this is in addition to, I guess he's really getting into infrastructure. This is in addition to the $250 million ballroom addition to the White House, which, if I'm not mistaken, would also fucking dwarf the White House. So you would have this grotesque, like, huge, like, ballroom in behind, I think, the White House is where it was going to be.
Yeah, I haven't even like seen like where it's going to be. It's like
it would be multiple times bigger than the White House. Can you imagine that?
Why?
Like he's going to build a ballroom that is basically a monument to himself that dwarfs what is, like, I would say, the most iconic building in America.
Yeah.
The White House.
The White House. And
you're going to build something that just basically takes away all of the scale and importance from it. But again, and not to get too deep into it, but like, hey, you don't respect the White House. This guy doesn't respect democracy. He doesn't respect the country.
I think he's literally just trying to see how many times he can get in a history book. Like, I think he's literally like any building's like, "Oh, that's my building. I made that archway. That's about me. I did that."
Yeah.
Like honestly, I think he's just doing as many things to just so like people will remember him.
He's gonna be remembered.
Isn't that the tragic thing about it though?
It's tragic, but also not, because I choose to believe the positive thing, that he will be remembered, like, in the same way that we remember all terrible people.
I guess you're right.
Right? Like that guy fucking sucked. Like, and we don't want to do that again. Like,
yeah. It's kind of weird to think in like looking at things in the most positive way, like to like think back 10 years from now. I think back, like think forward 10 years from now, and people are gonna be like, maybe even like if you talk to your kids and be like, yeah, you lived during his presidency, like yeah, like
and those 8 years like cumulatively felt like 20 years,
dude. Yeah,
least.
I feel like in the last year I've aged like 5. Like just like with how much like we're gonna start getting gray hairs by the end of this podcast.
We are. Related to this, something that I thought of as soon as Sam brought up the Arc de Trump. He also wants himself on a $1 coin, because he just does. He wants that. And again, I think for this one he is using the guise of it's for the 250th birthday, but you lose that when you are the person on the coin. So the U.S. Treasurer tweeted, because there was like rumors about it before it was officially confirmed. U.S. Treasurer Brandon Beach posted on X. He said, "No fake news here. These first drafts honoring America's 250th birthday and POTUS are real. Looking forward to sharing more soon once the obstructionist shutdown of the United States government is over." And that we're going to mention the government shutdown after this, because that's still ongoing.
Yeah.
But yeah, the coin. I'll make sure I send kind of the pictures so we can get these up on the screen too. Absolutely ridiculous. Just totally like gaulish and just like not even.
Yeah. Like, first off, we don't need a $1 coin. Not something we need at all.
No,
it's random.
No, we don't.
Same with a new ballroom and an archway.
Yes.
But the thing, you brought up a good point before we started filming, that like look at any coin, and the person that the person that's on the coin is on one side, like just only one side, and the other side says something else. You mentioned before that he's on both. He thinks he's so important for this coin that he has to be on both sides of this coin.
Yes. So there is a law.
This too.
So under the Circulating Collectible Coin Redesign Act, the law states, just like you said, it says, quote, "No head and shoulders portrait or bust of any person, living or dead, and no portrait of a living person may be included in the design on the reverse of specified coins." And when it says reverse, think like, tails, right?
Okay, yeah.
Because again, like you said, like think of any coin, like a quarter. Yeah, you have Washington on one side, but then the other side it's like, the eagle and the I was saying the olive branch. I thought of olive oil.
Yeah.
I'm Italian. I'm sorry. Well, I'm not sorry that I'm Italian, but I'm sorry that I thought of olive oil. But yeah. So it is illegal. Like aside from the fact that it's like no other coin does this.
Yeah.
But it is illegal to have your face on both sides of the coin. That is what is being proposed now. Aside from the fact that the law also says, quote, no coin issued under this subsection may bear the image of a living former or current president or of any deceased former president during the 2-year period following the date of the death of that president. And obviously, like Trump, whatever you may think of it, you might have opinions about this. He is still alive. So like
that is a fact.
That is a fact, and the fact therein is that this means that, like, according to U.S. law, again, not that he cares about that because he doesn't.
Yeah, not that it means anything to him.
According to United States law, this is just like in at least 2 different ways totally illegal. And like and of course like unbecoming, because it's like if we're putting like living people, let alone the president, on coins, what does that look like? Because to me it kind of looks like like we're celebrating a king or something.
Dude, yeah, that also it's like this coin and like the whole like Trump 2028 things are just 2 things that are so blatantly illegal, but that he's like is still like acting like it's something that he can do. And it's like we haven't gotten to the point yet where it's like it's actually happening. Like he isn't actually running for a 3rd term yet, nor is he actually producing this coin yet. But like we're getting closer and closer to the point where it's like, is he actually gonna do it? And I think so. I'd be surprised if he honestly didn't.
And a thought that I just had reading this is like, if you're somebody that works in any sort of retail or customer service where you might have to like be on a cash register, I apologize in advance, because you are going to have people with the biggest shit-eating grins on their face giving you Trump $1. Actually, maybe not, because I feel like they're gonna like hoard them and collect them.
You're right. Yeah.
But if it's like if they use them, they're gonna walk up with the biggest shit-eating grin on their face, dude, and hand you this coin. Like, oh my god, yeah.
Too, it's gonna be like whatever poor like cashier who's like in high school, has dyed hair and like a septum piercing, gonna be like, I'd like to buy this, Slim Jim. Liberal.
They would purposely go out of their way to buy a $1 item.
Wait, or like, can you imagine? Like, I know that there's some problem. I know that like even Trump is trying to like something with Arizona iced tea. Like, how they have like the dollar cans.
Oh yeah.
They're trying to like fight them on that because of like tariffs and inflation and stuff.
That's right.
Like, not Arizona's trying to fight Trump. It's like other way around.
Mm-hmm.
But 2 other things. One, isn't the current dollar coin JFK? Secondly, this is a bit of a thing back, but every time you guys would say like Trump's arc, I was like, Trump would absolutely be like the one Nazi motherfucker in Indiana Jones to be like want the Ark of the Covenant to like destroy his enemies.
100%.
And I was just like, I could just. In my brain I was thinking of the end scene where they like take off the lid and the one Nazi's like face melts off.
Yeah, that would be him.
We should open the Ark of the Covenant.
RFK would be the one encouraging it. Yeah.
That's where the cure is.
No, but like it's a great point, because, and like if this was the case, it almost might be worse. But like at the same time, like. Because like you said, what does it need for a $1 coin? Nothing costs $1 anymore. And like if this was the case, it might be worse, like I said. But like, why not like something that, if you're gonna make this for yourself, at least make it useful. Make it like $5 or $10.
Yeah.
And like I said, like that might even be worse, because it's
make it $100 coin. Like I honestly don't care. Like it's ever going to be like used.
We clearly just have stopped giving a shit anyways.
Make
like
it $1,000,000
$1,000.
coin, yeah.
Make it $1 million. Yeah. Who cares, man? Like you don't. I don't anymore.
Make Trump bucks. Like make it your own
bucks.
form
Well, he has
currency.
a cryptocurrency already.
Yeah.
Melania has a cryptocurrency too. We found that out.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. So we just don't care about anything anymore, and I don't either. So I think we should just do whatever the fuck we want to, and just have a good time with it. Let's go crazy. Let's have a good fucking time with it. Why not?
This is just. It reminds me. Like, that's why I brought it up. Like in Claire, I don't know if you ever watched Clarence when he made Clarence bucks, and it like fucked up the school's economy. Like and I'm like, this is what's gonna happen. I swear to God, it just makes no sense.
No,
but whatever. I guess we can move on.
I guess we'll see. But yeah, we'll move on.
If we
from
show
that.
up, if we start flipping Trump coins at the start of a next episode.
Oh my god. Don't like that's yeah. Yeah, man. But yeah, we briefly we'll touch on this. The government continues to be shut down. There's not too much movement on that as far as I'm aware.
It's the fourth or third.
It's the third week because it started on October 1st.
No, I mean like the fourth or third biggest shutdown.
Oh, yeah.
I don't. I saw it a while ago that it was the fourth. It could be the third at this point.
Yeah, so I'm not sure about that specifically, but yeah, it's going on. I doubt that it's wrapped up by the time this goes up.
I'd be very, very surprised.
I would be very surprised. But yeah, it continues to happen. Mike Johnson still will not confirm Adelita Grijalva. I'm not gonna pretend like I pronounced that perfectly. I apologize if I did not. But she is the representative elect from Arizona, who, and we touched on this in previous weeks. She would be the deciding vote for the petition to force a vote on the Epstein files.
Yes.
And so Speaker Johnson has that sort of in. And they'll give you a lot of reasons as to why that's not the case, but it's unprecedented that this is occurring.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's clear to see why. And I feel like this is important to touch on because we had this conversation prior because you and Connor had mentioned that, well, what does it matter anyways? Because if it's going to have to get to Trump's desk and he could just veto it. So, like, what does it matter? Because, like, since it does have to go to Donald Trump's desk, it's not going to see the light of day regardless. Like, my analysis of it is, and this is just my analysis, I am probably thinking that if you're a Republican, you don't even want it to, if you're like a rank and file Republican that's falling in line with Trump, at least.
Yeah.
And especially if you're Donald Trump. If you're Donald Trump or if you're a diehard Trump supporter, you don't even want it to reach his desk because, and I said this before, so you heard this, but if a bill to release the Epstein files gets to Donald Trump's desk and he vetoes it, is that not a blatant admission that he is in those files? It is. It would be.
Like I said, I think it's already pretty obvious he's in the files, but like that is a very much like there are still a huge sum of people who are like I guess blissfully ignorant to the idea that he's not in the files. Like they just think like, oh yeah, he's not in. He's telling the truth. Like, I don't actually believe in Kash Patel, but I think this will be. Like I said, I would hope they'd be able to take off their rose-colored glasses for a second and see that this is all bullshit. If it actually went to his desk and he had to veto it, because think about it, if you're in Trump's shoes, you have no choice. You have to veto it. Like if you're in those files, you have to. You cannot let that get out. Who knows? Maybe that could be Trump's final fucking. He's just like, you know what? Yeah, I am on it. So what? Who cares? What are you gonna do about it? I could totally see him having that mindset. Like it's. I mean, we'll get into this later, but it seems pretty clear. Like he's like just doing whatever he wants and just seeing what shit sticks on the wall. So hell, he might be like, yeah, I'm in the Epstein files. So what? Cool. Do you have a problem with that? Then you can come up and say it to me, and all my Republican goons will be there.
Exactly. We've talked about this at length before. It's ridiculous.
Oh yeah,
but just to retouch on that, it's still ongoing.
Hopefully, we'll have some good news for if she gets accepted and can actually vote.
But the government shutdown obviously is like, because I think the first time we talked about this, it was like prior to the shutdown.
I believe so. Yeah.
So the shutdown adds a whole wrinkle to this. So
none of that can even happen until.
Yeah, exactly.
And
so
who knows how long that'll be for.
Yeah. And if you're interested in like understanding some of the reasons why the government is shut down, we talked about that in our last episode. And all of that would still be relevant today because it's still the central issue. But not to like plug ourselves, but if you want to understand that, we went through last week.
You know what? I think I should take the time real quick before we get into our next point.
Yeah.
To say that our last episode was the most viewed so far. I want to thank all of you that watched.
Especially if you're still here.
Especially if you're still here. I was super cool. I looked back like 2 days after just seeing what the view count was, and it was by that point it was the second most viewed. So I want to thank you if you're listening or watching right now and are going to continue to. It's honestly an honor. Yeah,
it's such an honor, and we're gonna honor that honor. We're gonna talk about circumcision next, because we know that's what you come here for. I'm not being facetious.
Honestly, I wish he was joking. But
I wish I was joking too.
Going to talk about circumcision for a bit.
for a bit. Lock
Honestly, for longer than it should have ever gotten brought up.
Longer than it should ever be a topic on this show. But Robert F. Kennedy, he goes, who else?
Yeah. You could have guessed it when we said something batshit crazy.
He suggested, I'm getting this from CBS News, RFK Jr. suggests circumcision is linked to autism. He said that, quote, there's 2 studies that show children who are circumcised early have double the rate of autism. It's highly likely because they are given Tylenol. So, he's kind of like, he's like being a real genius here. He's meshing it all together. It's like a beautiful mind. It's all coming together.
He's putting the 2 jigsaw puzzle pieces together. And like, wait a minute. But I'm surprised. I guess I shouldn't say surprised, but it's kind of funny in a way to see that they're still on this hill of Tylenol being the major thing causing autism, especially with how much backlash and information came out saying how absolutely wrong they were. And look, I understand the whole acetaminophen, if acetaminophen does have some level of play, but not Tylenol, that's different. It's just a small level of acetaminophen that it doesn't affect in that way, unless you're downing doses of Tylenol, then that will fuck you up like any other thing. They're downing another pill you're popping like that.
And more or less, if you want the whole thing, you can definitely read this article. It's from CBS News. Yeah. I'm not a doctor like RFK. So I'm not going to try and explain this in a way that makes a lot of sense. I will just say the studies he was he didn't even specify which studies when he was saying this, but the studies he seems to be referring to, as with same thing with the Tylenol things, he was vaguely alluring to some studies that had been done, studies that were basically inconclusive. They suggested that there's a possibility of this, but then also a lot of confounding factors in that study. I know it says here circumcision is related to culture and geography, and those things can have bearing on genetics, which is the real actual cause of autism as far as we understand it. Is a combination of genetics. Emily talked to us about this a few weeks ago. But yeah, it's not
also that does only that doesn't even bring in any level of what's the word to put this? It only focuses on men. You know what I mean? Yeah. It is it makes it seem like men are the only people with autism.
Well, and because he did a similar thing during the initial announcement, because he was like, oh, the rates in boys are X times higher. Yeah. When it's no, they're not. It's just because for the longest time, that's what the medicine was focusing on. Yeah. They weren't focusing on women.
Yeah, I believe that it was only they only thought men could get autism.
Yeah, exactly.
For a long period of time. So yes, the statistics and research is going to look like men have had it for longer. It's
point in all the takeaway from all this is that we've reached a deeply unserious point in this country where the sitting Secretary of Health and Human Services is earnestly suggesting, again, because I'll just saying what he said is all that needs to be said about it, because it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Is that circumcision causes autism? So take that however you will. Mm-hmm. But I will remind you that Sam and I sitting here at this table have the same qualifications as RFK, because he's not a doctor.
He's not a doctor.
And neither are we.
Yeah, take that and the same way you take everything he says with a grain of salt, kind of the same way with us. We are not doctors. We
absolutely
do your research on this.
Absolutely.
Obviously, we are doing our research on this for as much as we know, but still, we are not doctors. No. But
so
what is next on the chopping block?
Perhaps the last thing we'll see that I want to touch on.
Yep.
Again, Donald Trump. We talked about this guy a lot.
He's back.
He's back. He had a bit of a strange comment earlier this week.
He did. Yeah.
So somebody had asked him. I'm reading it and I can't believe it. So this is from USA Today. So it says, quote, Trump was answering questions from reporters on Air Force One on October 12th when Fox News' Peter Doocy, no, not Doocy. It has to be Doocy because it's not Dookie,
yeah,
right?
It's got to be Doocy.
It's got to be Doocy. I'm sorry, Peter. Peter Doocy asked whether the ceasefire would help the president get into heaven, referring to Trump's previous comments that ending the war in Ukraine might help him make it to the pearly gates. Crazy for a few reasons, and I'm not even getting to the quote yet. Yeah. Crazy because this is a thing that he has brought up before.
Yeah.
Like this is a guy who has brought up before that he wants to increase his chances of getting into heaven, and the fact that this is a follow-up question to that. His response, though, and this is great. It really is great. He says, quote, I mean, I'm being a little cute. I don't think there's anything going to get me in heaven. I think I'm not maybe heaven bound. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to make heaven, but I've made life a lot better for a lot of people. End quote.
There is so much to unpack there. And someone said it at, we were talking about this at a meeting we had at the quad. Someone said, this is the first time I've actually agreed with Trump on something. And I think
True.
that might honestly be a little true.
When I first heard this, I can't help but put myself in the shoes of one of his like evangelical, like super Christian, Catholic, etc. supporters. Because picture this, right? You voted for this guy because in your twisted view of religion, you believe that he, if not the Messiah, you believe that this guy is like the chosen guy.
Yeah.
Like by God, right? What is your reaction when you hear the same guy say, openly admit, under folding under zero pressure?
Yeah.
What is your reaction when you hear that same guy say, I think I'm not maybe heaven bound. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to make heaven.
Dude, okay, because to like really dumb it down, like to say you're not making it to heaven is clearly saying you're going to hell. In the sense, like obviously maybe there's something in the middle, but like the fact you're the president you voted for and are so like hell bent on supporting, just admitted to with zero pressure that he is going to hell. It's just a crazy statement. And you know what? Maybe South Park was right with their whole and their whole with him being in love with the devil. I feel like maybe his true love is waiting for him down there.
Oh yeah.
Like
yeah.
That honestly like feels like a fake thing. That feels you told me about that yesterday. I honestly was like so confused. And to actually see it, you should actually watch it because like him saying it does not give it justice to how like hopeless he sounds. He sounds like an old man lying on his deathbed saying he doesn't think he's going to make it to heaven. Like that's what it sounds like. And the fact
God, man.
Dude.
And like this is so far in the past this point as to where it doesn't even really matter. But like these are the same people that were like, "Oh, Sleepy Joe, he doesn't even know where he is." This guy's talking about the afterlife,
dude,
like multiple times. Well, I mean, somebody asked him, I guess. But
dude, like
I don't know.
Here's my thing. Like honestly, I can't even like blame Trump for how lost he seems. He's 79 years old.
79 years old. Yes.
Dude, if I'm 79 and I'm going on a plane and ask a question like that, I mean, like, if I had Trump's life, I'd probably say the same thing.
When you look at the culmination of the evidence, right? So, this is a guy who, back in, was it August or September? I forget when, but I'm sure we all remember the full week when he was not seen.
Yes.
Like the full week when he was like not seen by the public. In addition to the fact that he had like the bloated ankles, he has the makeup all over his hands and skin, the bruises on his hands. They came out and said, I forget specifically what they said he had. They said he had some sort of medical condition that, in theory, isn't super serious, but the fact that they even admitted that is kind of telling to me.
Mm-hmm.
So he has some sort of medical condition. He has a lot of weird things going on with his body, not seen for a full week. So sometime recently he was seen with like a whole side of his face drooping. I think that was at the 9/11 memorial.
Yes.
In like any given press conference, in this video, he's kind of like not fully like slurring through his words, but he's like this is not the same Donald Trump as like even like a year ago. Like this is a guy again, like you said, he's 79 years old. When you look at everything, like I'm not hit with a picture of health of this guy.
Dude, and it's one of those things too. It's like, you're right. This is not the same Donald Trump. Like, I mean, like just from this one video and I guess the past few videos we've seen, Donald Trump has been changing. This level of confidence and arrogance that Trump had is not fully there anymore. Like, seriously, if you watch this video of Trump, you would think it's a different person. Like, he's not talking the same. There's always this like flashy level of confidence that Trump had. That was just so irritating to watch. But this one, it's just like, oh my God, like, it's sad. It's seriously sad to watch. And an old man starting to realize that maybe he is going to hell.
Yeah. Funny caveat to this, because I just got reminded of this as we were talking about this. So he had a health report released. When was this? October 11th. So this is around a week ago.
Yeah.
This is from Yahoo News. I'm getting this from. So his report says President Trump continues to demonstrate excellent overall health. His cardiac age, a validated measure of cardiovascular vitality via ECG, was found to be approximately 14 years younger than his chronological age. Would it surprise?
Is RFK doing these tests? Like I swear to God.
Would it surprise you to hear that is just like not a scientific thing? It's not.
It's so ridiculous.
His cardiovascular health is 14 years younger than his chronological age,
dude.
And again,
also like, why? That's like, I feel like out of everything, like, why is that the thing? Like, see, he's not that unhealthy. See, he's 14 years. Like, what about his brain? What about the way he thinks? Like, all that shit's still 79.
Mm-hmm.
Like, all like it's all still old. The fact that like they're trying to make the claim that one part is acting 14 years younger, does not make any difference in how he like is acting.
By the way, it definitely was not RFK doing this because it lists in the same one that he got all of his flu shots and vaccinations. So it wasn't RFK. So
it couldn't have been. You're right.
We can confirm that it wasn't him. Yeah.
Well, I mean, like I think it's something I do want to update on. Maybe we'll start doing like we sadly had to do for Pope update. We might have to start doing a Trump update on this man's health because it is. It is. I feel like with this video especially, and we've been seeing it the past few months, it is slowly deteriorating.
You just have to admit, right? Mm-hmm. Even if you are somebody that is fully behind his policies and whatever, which is like,
whatever.
I want nothing to do with you if you are. But like, you can't look at this guy and say like, that's vitality.
Yeah,
that is physical excellence and mental excellence.
The fact so much of his like stuff against Biden was that he's old and he doesn't know where he's at.
It's the pot calling the kettle black. It's what it is.
Dude, it is. It's literally, we're starting to see that now. And think, like I said, we're not even a year in. We're not even a year in. Like this. Dude, honestly, I saw like a video, like it was like the percentage of how far we are, and like I honestly like got so upset. But
yeah,
like honestly, like if this is how we're acting, not even a year in. I can't imagine what a year from now is going to look like. Like, I think a year ago from right now, how Trump was acting. Like you said, very different. A lot more energy, a lot more, and who knows? I mean, you're in campaign mode. You have to be like 120%.
Yeah.
Now that he's in the office, I mean, who cares? Clearly, he doesn't.
He doesn't.
I don't know, man. It's something to definitely. It's something I definitely want to keep updating on.
Yeah. I think that's all we had for today.
Yeah, honestly.
Yeah, a lot to go through, especially because we missed last week. But I think we one of the top stories Yahoo News is currently recommending to me is Italian brain rot trend.
Jesus,
we're in a good place right now culturally.
You know what? I'll take that. I'll take that over anything. I'd rather go in the news and see something so stupid than seeing like something so politically brain dead.
Yeah,
but yeah, I think. There was a lot that happened in the last 2 weeks. I mean, like we got to touch on a good amount of it, and there's definitely a lot to update on as things go on. You know, there's some stuff I still can't believe is coming back, like with the whole Tylenol thing. I thought that would be a.
You know what, man? I just don't care anymore.
At this point, I'm honestly just like, I'm kind of slowly watching it all crumble.
Yeah, I'm reading a real news story that has Tung Sohor in it, so that's pretty much. I'm done. Like I'm good.
Everything's just crumbling apart right now. I think for the conservatives, like I can imagine like being JD Vance right now, and like all this stuff's going on. Your president looks like he's dying. He's saying he's not gonna make it into heaven. Like honestly, though, think of all the hellstorm JD Vance is going through right now. Like, and I can imagine in the press, he's like, okay, so you have to actually you have to defend what the young Republican said. I'm just
thinking back like a month ago when he said like, God forbid if something were to happen, like my on the job experience has been so like he's like an Applebee's server like trying to set himself up for if his manager like gets fired.
He's a Cracker Barrel server about to get his 3rd star. Like this like it is insane. Like this is also he's like also another form of like self-glazing there. He's like, I know I'm ready. I'm ready. Yeah. I don't. Yeah. No one needs to tell you I'm ready. I can tell you myself. Like, whatever. It's been an upsetting week like most when it comes to news, but out of nowhere, there will be some gold for us. I know it's coming soon. And what form that gold comes in is
I hope you're right.
I don't know. Right. But it will come. Don't worry. I have faith. I have some strange level of hope that maybe next week will be better.
You know what? Hey man, that's what you need.
And to get you excited for next week will, I think we talked about this before, be our Halloween.
Oh yeah, that'll be our Halloween
episode.
Yeah.
So be excited for that.
Yes.
We will be maybe a little dressed up. Who knows? Maybe a little bit.
Yeah, maybe a little bit. Yeah.
Maybe a little bit. I don't know. I don't know.
See.
So.
But yeah, I respect the hell out of what you said. You just got to keep a level of optimism. So.
Yeah.
Don't like resign yourself. I was like half joking when I said that. Half joking. I don't know.
No, I mean there is sometimes you look at so much news and it's just like, oh my god, put this computer away and
and you should sometimes. But hey, thank you all so much for tuning in.
Yes, thank you, and I want to say thank you again for the amount of views in the last episode. It was super great to see.
And obviously, if you're still here, you're a real one. You're a member. You're a member of the crew. So, I'm just man.
Bro's tweaking.
I'm on 4 hours of sleep today, and I had a 300 milligram caffeine energy drink.
That's right.
At like 8 in the morning. So
I told you,
I'm experiencing the decline in the same way our country is.
Yeah.
So that's a good note to end on. but
like we always say, stay informed.
Yes.
It's been an honor to do this episode again. I maybe
a
little bit of glad to be back. A little bit different setting.
Yeah.
Hopefully we're back in the studio next time. If not, you'll see us right back in the spot.
Yes.
And I really hope you enjoyed.
Yes.
See you next week.
See you next week. Thank you.